I believe that I will be able to figure that out. One man has been able to use his reputation on television into a number of successful businesses, ranging from a pawn shop to a brand that is worth several millions of dollars. He has gained millions of dollars selling a wide variety of products, ranging from novelty teas to sweets, and his extravagant lifestyle demonstrates that he is no longer merely a clumsy sidekick. As you can see, Chumlee went from being a pawn star to living a lavish lifestyle. At the time of his birth on September 8th, 1982 in Henderson, Nevada, Austin Lee Russell was known as Chumlee. However, he is known for more than simply being a character on Pawn Stars. The journey that he has taken from being a young collector to being a reality TV celebrity and a successful businessman is an intriguing one. Chumlee was brought up in Las Vegas, where he was immersed in the city's culture that is centered on the entertainment industry. His father was a DJ in the industry. Both his mother and his father worked in the casino sector, two very different aspects of a city that was created on the foundation of both music and gambling. As Chumlee was growing up in this setting, he developed a strong interest in collecting and selling, experiences that would later play a significant role in shaping his future. Chumlee began his career in the pawn industry a significant amount of time before the average person saw him on television. Because of his connection with Corey Big Hoss Harrison, who is the son of Rick Harrison, the proprietor of a gold and silver pawn store. He eventually became successful in the pawn business as a result of this. In 1989, Rick Harrison and his father, Richard Old Man Harrison, established the well-known business in Las Vegas. Ever since then, Chumlee and Corey have considered it to be their second home. As teenagers, both guys spent a significant amount of time in the shop, where they learned the ins and outs of the business. Chumlee worked behind the scenes for a period of 5 years, performing a variety of activities ranging from running errands to managing lesser responsibilities. However, it did not take long for his charisma and ability to interact with others to become apparent. Because of his innate capacity to connect with consumers, he stood out from the crowd, and before long he was making sales at the front desk. Chumlee was uncertain about whether or not he would be picked for a reality television show that would revolve around the pawn store when the concept was originally proposed. In addition to the 10 employees who were eager for their day in the spotlight, there were at least 10 others. On the other hand, Chumlee was not the type of person to evade a challenge. Leaning on his long-standing friendship with Corey was the tactic that he had devised. His arsenal consisted of their effortless rapport and the playful back and forth between them. By simply being himself, Chumlee was able to overcome any nervousness and distinguish himself from the crowd. The chemistry that existed between him and the Harrison family was immediately recognized by the producers. Due to the success of the show, Chumlee and the rest of the gang became famous on television, and the pawn shop became a treasure trove of millions of dollars. When Chumlee was just a youngster working amid the oddities of the gold and silver pawn store, he made a decision that he never saw coming. He decided to be true to himself in front of the cameras. This was a turning point that he never noticed coming. It was the premiere of Pawn Stars in 2009 that brought Chumlee to the attention of the general audience. Due to the fact that he resembled a character from the television show Tennessee Tuxedo, his nickname, which was given to him by the father of a boyhood buddy, became well known across the country. His easygoing charisma was a hit with the audience. In spite of this, he frequently became the subject of fun taunting from his fellow actors. They made fun of him by referring to him as the village idiot because of the impression that he lacked knowledge. Chumlee, on the other hand, did not allow the jokes get to him. He was well aware that not everyone took into account his entire ability. Chumlee's life was fundamentally altered as a result of the Pinball Wizards episode, His opportunity to shine was presented to him, and he took advantage of it by demonstrating his unexpected competence in pinball machines. A great deal to Corey's excitement. But this was not merely a stroke of good luck. Chumlee went on to demonstrate his abilities in other episodes, such as repairing a toy automobile that was powered by gasoline in the episode Never Surrender, and identifying a fake pair of Air Jordan VS in the episode Honest Bab. Furthermore, his abilities extended far beyond the realm of pinball, which cemented his position on the show. Not only did Pawn Stars allow Chumlee to become a household brand, but it also fueled his desire to start his own business company. Following the realization that there was a need for his on-screen image, he started his own business selling novelty things such as t-shirts. For the purpose of connecting with his ever-expanding fan base, he even started making personal appearances. Rick Harrison recognized the potential in Chumlee's business and purchased 50% of it for the sum of $1,505,000 in 2010. This enabled the pawn shop to better manage the influx of requests for Chumlee-branded items. Chumlee's journey from working behind the scenes at a pawn shop to becoming a reality TV star and business owner was just the beginning of her professional journey. He made the most of his newly acquired reputation by expanding his business into products and opened Chumlees Candy on the Boulevard, a candy store that further solidified his position as a successful business entrepreneur. By virtue of his contributions to Pawn Stars, he was presented with a BMI TV Music Award in 2011, which was the first significant accomplishment of his career. Even a nomination for a Daytime Emmy was submitted for him. His position in the world of television is becoming more stable. Chumlee was confronted with a severe personal loss that occurred in the midst of the tornado of achievement. It was just a few weeks before the premiere of Pawn Stars in 2009 that he suffered the loss of his father to pancreatic cancer. Among the few possessions that Chumlee had left behind, he continued to keep the handcrafted artifacts that his father had created. He was a skilled woodworker due to his father's. He had created these artifacts with his own hands, and Chumlee came to see them as priceless treasures thanks to his efforts. These memories, which were more valuable than any item that was pawned, served as enduring recollections of his father's love and artistry. He would never even allow himself to consider the possibility of selling them. Chumlee was motivated to improve his own health after the death of his father and after witnessing Corey's remarkable quest to lose and maintain his weight. Over the course of his hard work, he was able to shed more than 100 pounds by adhering to a rigorous exercise routine and avoiding processed foods. Taking everything in proportion was the new mentality that he embraced. On the other hand, maintaining the weight loss proved to be a difficult challenge. Through the year 2016, he had regained 50 pounds. Chumlee's weight had reached 350 pounds by the beginning of 2019, reflecting the ongoing cycle of weight loss and gain that she has been experiencing. The problem that he had with his weight was a very real and relevant issue, as it is something that a lot of individuals go through. On the other hand, Chumlee was not one to give up. The decision to undergo gastric sleeve surgery, which is a treatment that reduces the size of the stomach in order to minimize feelings of hunger and assist with quick weight loss, was made by him in October of 2021. Chumlee was able to achieve stability after undergoing surgery and putting forth a lot of effort. He had reached a healthier weight of 190 pounds by that moment, which marked a key turning point in his journey. In addition to the gold and silver pawn store, Chumlee's popularity extended beyond the bounds of the establishment. Following the critical and commercial success of Pawn Stars, he went on to establish a number of additional entertainment businesses. He even explored his affinity for automobiles on the show Counting Cars, in addition to making guest appearances as himself on shows such as iCarly and Chumlee. He even experimented with baking with Chumlee at the beginning of 2017. He made his debut in the film industry with a modest role in the film The Polka King. There he appeared beside the renowned Jack Black on the big screen. Not only did these ventures facilitate the expansion of his profession, but they also solidified his position as a television personality who is widely recognized. The fact that Chumlee was able to ride on the coattails of his Pawn Star's popularity was not nearly enough for him. With an eye toward expanding his opportunities, he embarked on a journey to strengthen his brand. Because of his passion for music, he decided to enroll in a DJ school, where he refined his talents behind the turntables and became an expert. The attention that he received for his first performance as a DJ was in part owing to a peculiar headline that described a fan who asked for Girl Scout cookies and gorgeous girls. Chumlee, who is known for never passing up an opportunity, has also indicated an interest in becoming a talent scout. He has the goal of discovering and mentoring up-and-coming musicians hailing from Las Vegas. His efforts to broaden his career and expand his influence within the entertainment world continue, and this was yet another move in that direction. On the other hand, popularity brings with it a certain amount of scrutiny, and in March of 2016, Chumlee found himself in the heart of a scandal that would shake his reputation. He was accused of sexual assault, which resulted in a search warrant being executed at his residence in Las Vegas. The things that they discovered inside were unsettling. In addition to methamphetamine and marijuana, there was a frightening assortment of weapons, which included more than a dozen rifles. Chumlee saw a stunning fall from grace as a result of his arrest and subsequent charges, which included 19 felonies linked to drugs and one charge relating to weapons. The subsequent media storm was unrelenting in its intensity. In addition to the horrific objects discovered in Chumlee's home and the inquiry into sexual assault, the public's perception of the well-liked pawn celebrity underwent a dramatic transformation as a result of the publicity surrounding the raid. There was a revelation of disturbing information, which included the existence of a so-called. It came complete with a stripper pole, which gave the impression that there was a far more sinister aspect to his existence. There were further reports that suggested that there may have been drug trading, as the quantity of drugs that were found raised red flags. After posting a substantial bond of $62,000, Chumlee was brought before a judge in May of 2016, where he ultimately agreed to a plea bargain. As a result of his guilty plea to one of the felony firearms charges, the remaining charges against him were lowered to misdemeanor positions. Given that he successfully completed 3 years of probation. Notably, the allegations of sexual assault did not result in any formal charges being filed. The controversy completely shattered Chumlee's reputation in the public eye, leaving it in ruins. The show Pawn Stars, which is well known for its positive and wholesome appeal to families, has now found itself connected to the scandal. Despite the fact that Chumlee had once been a fan favorite due to his cheerful and charming personality, he was now at the center of a media maelstrom. Chumlee showed tremendous fortitude in face of the huge fallout. He was able to mitigate the long-term consequences by agreeing to the terms of the plea bargain. It is indisputable that this chapter was distressing, yet it did not constitute the conclusion of his story. More than just fame is at the heart of Chumlee's epic tale. It's also about having a good heart. In all of the highs and lows that have occurred in his public life, he has never failed to find ways to give back. In the year 2014. In the course of the yearly Anti-Up for Autism event, he was instrumental in both the financial and awareness-raising efforts that were undertaken for autism research. He made it abundantly evident that he was dedicated to making a difference, which demonstrated that there was more to him than what was captured by the cameras. The business spirit that Chumlee possessed, however, did not end with the sale of products. In a move that taken everyone by surprise, he entered the world of confections. Chumlees Candy was established by him in May of 2017, and it was located on the boulevard, directly across the street from the well-known gold and silver pawn store. The candy shop, which he and his brother Sage operated together, became quite popular very soon. It was the ideal location for fans to satiate their craving for sweets while simultaneously working toward the goal of meeting Chumlee himself. It was a dream come true for many of the guests, whether they were able to get their hands on a bag of gummy worms or engage in conversation with the man himself. Nevertheless, the confectionery industry was not a trip without bumps. When Chumlee attempted to open his internet store, he encountered an unanticipated obstacle presented itself to him. A cyber squatter by the name of Patrick Keyes had previously acquired possession of the domain names chumscandy.com and chumscandyonthedda.com. Keyes had the intention of making a profit off of the moniker once Chumlee decided to make an appearance. Chumlee was forced to come up with a novel solution in order to retain those domains rather than paying a significant sum. Either he could come up with a new moniker that is memorable, or he may take more extreme actions. By this point, it was very evident that Chumlee was not going to give up without a fight, particularly with regard to his candy business. In addition to the pawn store, Chumlee has a wide range of hobbies. The practice of collecting trading cards is one of his most ardent interests. Cards from the Pokemon franchise, sports cards, and even more specialized collections such as cryptic and UFC cards are particularly appealing to him. There is a different Instagram account that Chumlee uses to showcase his passion for these gems. On this account, he takes his fans on a voyage of discovering unusual items by opening fresh packets. Among his most valued treasures is a Charizard Rainbow card, which is a clear indication of his profound understanding of the world of card collecting as well as his personal dedication to the hobby. And further domain in which Chumlee's enthusiasm shines through is gaming. Additionally, his passion for Pokemon goes beyond the realm of virtual reality. That he is not only interested in reality television is demonstrated by the fact that he proudly boasts to having achieved a high level in the smartphone game Pokemon Go. Additionally, he is a gamer at heart. Chumlee made the decision to bring his passion for retro gaming to reality after being inspired by his youth in the 1980s and 1990s period. He was the one who came up with Chumlees Journey, which was called The Quest for Pinky. It was an original cartridge game that was developed exclusively for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Taking inspiration from video games such as Kung Fu, Chumlee imbued his project with a sense of nostalgia and a flavor similar to that of Pawn Stars. He did this by launching a successful Kickstarter campaign, which allowed him to tap into his business drive and realize his goal. An additional personal touch is added to the journey by the inclusion of his cherished dog, Mr. Piffles, also known as Pinky, in the game in a pixelated version.